Number one is to stop people from moving. Number two is keep order. Make sure people are following the rules and they see what happens to people who don't, which is execution. Because that will explain to people how serious this is and how important rules are. Okay? See, here's what you wanted me to talk about crime. I think you wanted me to talk about crime for a while. Here's the thing about crime. What you do is you have a system where you're like, you do the crime, you do the time. Bro, that's not, oh my, that doesn't tell people that you're not allowed to do it. That tells people that you're allowed to do it, you just get a punishment. That's not what you do in society, bro. What you do in society is you say, these are the rules, you either follow them or you leave. Period. If you don't follow them, we execute you. You're done. You can leave now, but if you stay and you don't follow them, you're done. There is no do the time. That's actually torturing people. We don't torture people in society. We're not about torturing. Death is not torture. Because guess what? We're going to be the ones in charge of bringing people back. So if you think death is torture because you're going to come back to life in a hellhole, we'll be in charge of that and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. So death is no longer a torture. Death is no longer a punishment. It's just you're just removed. That's it. And we can do it in a way that is humane, but we're not going to because we explained to you the rules ahead of time and we need you as a deterrent. So we need to have you have a painful death as to deter other people, because if other people screw up, dude, the more people screwing up, the more it affects all the people. Okay, look at it out there. Everybody's screwing up all day long, every day, and it's affecting everybody. And it gave me 27 years of fucking torture. Okay, I got that sentence. I got a death sentence and a 27-year torture sentence from everybody screwing up out there. I know what it's like. So we don't want people screwing up because it's going to affect the rest of them. It's going to affect everybody else. And that doesn't mean you need an appropriate sentence for the crime you did. No, there's rules. If you follow the rules, you're good. If you don't, you're done. How many more times do I got to say it? I can say it over and over and over and over again, but I'm not going to say it any different. It's really, really simple. It's actually dirt simple. Like I don't think there's anything simpler in the world. This is honestly the most simple, easy shit ever. I can't do math. I can't do nothing. But this shit is just so fucking easy to me. I mean, it just flows like water. I mean, anything I don't know or I fucking come across where I'm like, oh, what would we do about that? I just like immediately have an answer. Like of some sort. Like it might not be the best answer. There's always going to be, debate between what's the best solution, what's this and that. Right now, we don't have time to fuck around. Do you understand? We do not have time to sit and debate and vote and have elections and fuck around and suck our own dicks. We need to stop this now. Like right now. Because we may already be dead. Just from moving. Just from moving around, we might already be dead. Let alone the nuclear arsenals. Let alone the food. Let alone the diabetes. Let alone the HIV. Let alone all these other millions and millions of fucking things. If we survive this, it will be a fucking miracle if it's even possible. You realize that right now, the whole population might already be dead because something could be running through it right now that is undetectable. Whether it was man-made, whether it was not, whether it was natural, it doesn't matter. Everybody could be dead right now. And you don't have no CDC that's going to stop that. I promise you. If you had any CDC that knew a fucking thing, there wouldn't be people moving around here. So they either have no power or they don't know a fucking thing about what they're doing. Because I don't know a lot about biology, but I know that much. You do not move around like that. I mean, that's the number one threat. You want to have planes so you can make a little extra profit. That's what you want planes for. Yet you're going to risk killing your whole population. Because you got cities. You want to have cities. Okay, you want to have cities? Well, you cannot have fucking planes then. That's for damn sure. You shouldn't have cars either. But you definitely don't want people coming in from Africa going into New York. Are you out of your mind? I'm sorry for yelling. I really am. No, I'm not. Just kidding. I like yelling. You know why? Because it gets it through your fucking skull. People need to be told in a direct manner. And they need to be told the truth. See, you can yell when you're telling the truth. That's okay. If you're lying, you're not allowed to yell. If you're lying, you gotta talk really quiet like this. Like, I have a small penis. See, I just lied there. I'm just fucking with you. My penis is really, really small. My penis is small! I have the smallest penis in the world! See, I'm being honest, so I can tell the truth. I can yell there. Alright. I have a dick and no balls! Anyway. Oh, I forgot I'm still recording. Dude, was it only 5 minutes that I was yelling? I feel like I was yelling for like an eternity just now. Well, no, I was yelling before I started the recording. That's right. But you have to talk to people like this. But you have to explain to them that they've been being lied to and that they're not going to be lied to anymore. And that's going to be hard for them to believe because obviously you've lied to them already. So why would they believe you? Well, they don't have a choice. That's the answer. They don't have a choice because you either do this or it's over. They're gonna die anyway. I mean, they may already be dead. We just explained that. But yeah, dude, I would have tanks rolling through. You want to show people how serious this is. You have to do that. If you don't show people that this is serious, they will think you're bullshitting them again. Why do you think they think? Why do you think that they wouldn't like? All right, I know, but I just want to say one thing. So you know how people, you lie to people like all day long, right? But a lot of them know they're like, yeah, I'd never trust the government. Ha 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 ha. They're making jokes about you. They're making jokes about the government. They're like, oh yeah, conspiracy theories and oh the government. Don't trust the government. The government's always corrupt. It's probably this. No, bro. You come rolling in here with that military and you show these fuckers. You say, hey, we're ready to do business. But you gotta say, hey, we fucked up a little bit. So, well, no. You gotta be honest. You gotta say, hey, we fucked up a lot, but we're ready to fix it. Sorry, not we're. We are fixing it right now, and you gotta follow the rules. That's all you gotta say. And sorry, we can't. We're gonna explain later, but right now you gotta follow the rules. And you just roll through with tanks and stuff. You don't need a lot of them. You just need enough to show people that you're. What else are you gonna do with the tanks, dude? There's no fucking wars you're gonna use tanks for anymore. Tanks are done. They're obsolete. Tanks are fucking useless. What are you? I mean, what are you, Hitler? What are you, the Nazis? You're gonna roll through Poland with tanks? Use them for the streets. Have them rolling through here. You know what that tank does? That's sitting out there with the concrete in its barrel. You know what that tank does? It tells us the government is a bunch of pussies because they got a fucking fake ass tank out there or a tank that doesn't even shoot. You show them a real tank that fucking shoots, they're gonna respect you. They don't respect you. They do not respect the government. Nobody does. You know why? Because you've been lying to them. You've been somebody that's been disrespectable. You have to be somebody respectful in order to get that respect. And that doesn't mean rolling through here with power and taking advantage of people either. Because that's not respectable. Taking advantage of people is what you've been doing. But it's going to work out for everybody when you fix this, you know. I don't care, and I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure now, you guys are the United States. Because my dad's military. And if you have him, you guys have to be the United States. So I'm pretty sure. And you have too much shit here. So, I don't care if you guys got to do it just in the U.S. Fuck everybody else. If they don't like what you're doing, fuck them. Do what you want to do. Just explain. I guess you gotta kind of explain it to everybody else. I guess because you don't want it to look like you're just starting a dictatorship or something. Um, yeah. So you got to explain it to everybody else. What you're gonna have to do, see, look at, I can just pop out fucking solutions. You gotta meet up with whoever's in charge of anybody else who might have a problem with it. You gotta say, hey, we're gonna do things differently where we're at. If anybody has any questions or problems, feel free to meet with us. And then you talk with them and explain to them that you're doing things differently, and if they wanna do it where they live, also, they can start doing that too. But you got to explain to them the dire situation where literally the entire population of the earth is at stake, like literally as we speak. It's literally about to get wiped out, and it could be wiped out right now. There's already HIV is wiping out Africa. Are we fucking blind? I mean, one continent's already down. One's already KO'd, down for the count. We only got a couple left. So, you just explain that to him and explain what you're doing and that you're not doing any warlike things. You're just trying to, you're trying to do. Sorry, you're not trying. You're doing things differently because you need to, and your people's lives are at stake, and they should do it the same thing you're doing. And you can explain to them exactly how it works. Like I told you, you know, you follow the rules or you're out type of situation. You tell people the rules. You know, you can explain to them all the way on down. The kill counter thing, everything like that. Trust me, if you have a kill counter, it's only going to go up to a few kills, and it'll stop. But if you don't have a kill counter, that's being deceptive. You want people to know what you're doing, because that's being honest. And plus, it's going to save them, because if they see that, they're going to know, okay, I can't do this. I can't go against the rules. And it's going to save their lives. Trust me. That's how people are. That's how they think. If they don't see it, why do you think it's called, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I mean? People have to see that. If you have to show them a picture on TV, show it to them. Show them the kill counter. Say this is real. It will save people's lives. This is not the same system that you're used to. You're used to crime and punishment as a system. This one doesn't work. Crime is garbage coming out of your society. Punishment is your form of cleaning up that garbage. This system I'm talking about is about saving people's lives and saving society as a whole and keeping it alive. That's what this system is about. It's about nothing but keeping the people safe and people alive. And if you have to kill a couple people to do that, then that's what you have to do. And I'm not talking about blowing up random buildings full of people so you can go to war. That's fucking stupid. And you need to admit, too. You need to say, hey, we blew these buildings up and we're sorry about that and we fucked up. But you guys are fucking up, too, because you went along with everything we're doing. You got to show them that. You got to say, hey, you guys went along with these jobs. You guys did all this shit, too. We all are in this together. We all fucked up together, so let's all fucking fix it together. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do with people. You got to tell them about the buildings. You have to. And that'll show you. Use that as a tool to show them how honest you're being so that it will inspire them to be honest. And that they won't lie to you and they won't break the rules either. If they see you're being honest about that, they will want to be honest back. And that's how you control people. With honesty. But also assertiveness. You have to get in their face. And so what if you have to, maybe somebody has to take a drug or something and be like I am right now. You have to be aggressive because this stuff is so real. This is not a game. We're done with games or we're dead. I mean, what do you want? I'm sick of games. I'm sick of fucking watching people die. How many people die per day? Throw up a kill counter about that. How about if you don't want to roll tanks through the street, put a kill counter up right now on everybody's computer in the world, or everyone's computer. Right now, throw it up on my screen. That is a kill counter of how many people are dying per day or per hour right now in the United States. Let's look it up. Let's see if we can find one. How many... Okay, that's not real. You fucking liars, dude. It's not 7,452. Every 12 seconds? Oh, world population. There's not 7,000 people dying a day. It's not even, it can't be, it's not 7,000, you fucking assholes. It's like fucking 100 or something. I mean, it's bad, but it's... Dude, what is your fucking problem, dude? Why are you being gay right now? It's not 7,500. It's not 7,500 people. If it's 7,500, holy shit! It's not that much though. Do you realize, dude, with this number right here, I could build my own country and whip all your guys' asses in a couple years with just that many people. I guarantee it. Because that you have about this many. You have about this many people actually working, and that's like about how many people are in your little clan probably that watch me or whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck you do while you're not watching me and when you're watching me, you probably got like 50 people that I don't know, dude. Because you got to have people for every shift, and then there's 3 shifts a day, and then sometimes I stay awake for like 24, 48, 30, a bunch of million hours. You got to have like different shifts, and then I don't know if you guys take weekends and have a bunch of pussies, but no, there's nothing wrong with taking weekends, except that taking weekends is fucking stupid! If you need a weekend, that's because you're a slave. People who like their work, they don't need weekend. Dude, if I could do this every day, I would do it every single day. And I would love it. Why would I ever want a weekend? This is the most important thing in the world, and it's the only thing that I feel like I'm good at. So, why would I ever want weekends? Fucking summers off? Why would I want to take off? Why would I want off of work? Literally, this is how I know. If you put people in the right spots, they will be like me. And completely passionate and love it. Dude, I would do this every day for the rest of my life for 0 pay. 0. Except for I need to eat and drink water and stuff. And then I have the drug thing that I got to figure out. But I would do this every day, 7 days a week, probably 12 hours a day. You have to probably stop me. For 0 pay. That is how I know this works. If you put people in the right position like that, they will all work for you up to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they will be good and passionate at their jobs. And they will kick ass at their jobs. Because if they love their jobs, and people who love their jobs are just people who are placed in the right jobs and actually doing a real job. Trust me. I promise you it will work. Look at me. I do this every day and I don't get paid. You guys don't pay me shit. You don't give me nothing. Well, okay, you gave me some drugs. Well, you gave me a lot of drugs. But you gave me some drugs, but then you took some drugs from me. You took these drugs, well, a whole lot more than this. But then you gave me some. So you kind of, sort of fixed your mistake there, I guess, in a way you could say. But it wasn't really a mistake that you made. It's just, I don't know what else to call it. Anyway, the point is, so you kind of, sort of made up for that, except technically you gave me a different... It's complicated, but the point is, you guys don't pay me anything, and I do this every day that I can. Anyway. The only reason I play fucking games is because I feel like sitting here talking to you is not going to get anything done because nobody gives a shit. That's what gets me depressed. If people gave a shit, I would do nothing but this every day. I don't want to do anything else. There's nothing else I want to do in this whole world. I don't give a shit about anything. That's it. But I just feel like no one gives a shit, so why would I waste my time? But now you're making like fake stuff for me, so If you want to make fake stuff and then you want to get serious, I'll show you how serious I am. This is real shit. So if you want to make fake Obama videos for me and you know, make fun of me with the jerk off hands, I'm gonna show you the jerk off hands and tell you exactly what you gotta do to fucking fix this. I mean, unless you got a better idea, but I don't see nothing changing out there. Until I see anything changing out here, I'm not gonna believe nothing that no one gives a shit. Anyway, what were we gonna? Am I still recording? Fuck, I'm still. Dude, it's only been 20 minutes. No, it hasn't. You sluts, you changing the timer. It hasn't been 20 minutes, dude. I've been yelling for like a fucking year by now. I've been yelling for like 2 hours. Well, you don't want me to cut it off, dude? I've been yelling for like an hour at least. I'm not doing 20 minutes, dude. So do you want me to go through the laundry list of all the stuff you got to throw out? Because what we're going to end up with is basically nothing left except for like Miley Cyrus. That's going to be our society. It's going to be Miley Cyrus. So you might as well use her as your symbol. You might as well use Miley Cyrus as your fucking new symbol for your new society. Because that's basic. I mean, not just Miley Cyrus is going to be left. I just mean like her as representing music. Well, no, I don't, because a lot of music is actually really, really bad. Not bad music, it's bad for society. All the music, like, promoting money, sort of the way... I feel like Juicy J, though, is not... his song isn't serious. At least I didn't take it as serious. The Bands Will Make Her Dance song. He's sort of making fun of all the rap songs that are like that, I feel. But I feel like also... Maybe he's not, but... It doesn't matter whether that song is now that song is now the national anthem because it's making fun of the old society. You want people to always remember what it was before and to never want to go back to that. Remember, we got that deterrence thing again. Okay? So have Bands Will Make Her Dance be the fucking national anthem. It'll remind people. People used to dance for money, for paper. People used to dance all day long or whatever for paper, for nothing. Make people remember that because they're going to forget. As soon as you build a nice-ass place that's working awesome, people are going to forget about that. And then they're going to start fucking up. You don't want them to forget what it used to be like. Because remember, this is going to get really good. Society's going to get way too good. People are going to be having way too much fun. They're going to forget about how bad it was. Remember the Holocaust? No one remembers the Holocaust because it was a long time ago. And it was only fucking 50 years ago or whatever. It feels like it was so long ago no one even fucking cares about it. No one gives a shit about the Holocaust. And that was only a couple years ago. And this is like the Holocaust times 1 billion. And it's happening right now. And people will forget that in a week once you... People just like to forget that. See, every society that has tried to take over the world has always failed because they're trying to take it over by force. Okay? That's what happens. And you don't... It's a lot of reasons, but the main reason is they're trying to force people, like every government is doing today. They're forcing people into corners with all their techniques. Right now it's psychological manipulation. So they're forcing people into corners and they're forcing them psychologically. So again, it's working together with people. So instead of like what you would do instead of like conquering a country back in, say, Middle Ages, you would go to that country and you would talk with them first. Yeah. Not we want to be us and you want to be them. And we got different flags, and we're going to fight over flags and territory. We say, hey, can we find a way to work together? That's what nobody has ever done. Ever. Can you believe that? Nobody has ever said, how can we find a way to work together and be united? I mean, Hitler did try to unify people, but he did do it by force also. And again, you see that fail. You see every single time fail. The Roman, with the Colosseum, the battle kings of the world fucking failed. Everybody fails because they're not trying to work together. I'm telling you, it's a more manly thing and more honorable thing to find a way to work together. And I'm not talking about compromise. Fuck compromise. We don't deal with compromise. We deal with do the right thing or get the fuck out. Remember? Well, who makes the rules then? Somebody's got to make the rules. What if the rules aren't fair? Bro, what's right and wrong should be black and white. You don't kill somebody, you don't steal their shit, you don't beat them up. How about that? What more do you need? If you need any more guidance, you're a fucking idiot and you need to get the fuck out of our society. Because if you can't understand, you don't go punch people in the face. You know, it's common sense, dude. But again, did I? Oh yeah. I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about the crime thing. I totally got off on tangent. Remember the crime thing? So here, I'll re-explain it because it's really actually cool what you've done to fuck it up like so badly. It's really it's cool. It's like I like it because it's a really interesting psychological example. But the way you set up crime, you have a punishment that is judged by a judge. Now what you're doing is you're psychologically telling people that it's okay to do the crime. We're going to judge you after. But see, what you're doing is you're setting up a before, a during, and an after a crime. Like the police say, "Oh, we have a crime in progress." See, what you're doing is even talking like that is dangerous. Because you're saying like crime has a beginning, a middle, and an end. No, a crime happens and then it's done. The person's out. The person's done. It's over. Done. There's no trial. There's no nothing. Either you did what was right, or because see, you don't understand. There's not going to be any murder weapon, any evidence, any this, that, or the other thing, because all your people are accounted for with what they're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you have to do that in order to stop the biological threat. You have to account for people already, so you're going to have to watch them. There's no choice. You have to account for where everybody's at and what they're doing. So you're already doing that. So there's no way they can get their hands on something unless they're already permitted it, and in which case, if they're permitted that item, like an item that could murder somebody, then it's on record that they have that item. So they can't commit the crime because they know that everybody knows they have this thing. Like let's say it's a gun, even though no one would have guns, but let's say it was a gun. It would be on record that they have the gun. And what kind of gun it is. You know, what kind of bullets it shoots. Whatever. So that person's not going to go kill someone. And if they do, well, they're out. But once you agree to society, you're out and it's going to be painful. Like it's going to be hell. I mean, you got to have these people executed with like rape chemicals. Like have them go through the shit that you gave me, but have it even worse, dude. That wasn't nothing. Have it just be horrible, because that's what's going to stop people from further committing the crime. So you have a couple people go through that, and they're kind of like martyrs, but they're volunteer martyrs. They volunteered to break the rules. So, is it their fault? Yeah, it's 100% their fault. Because as long as you're clear about the rules, you have to be clear. Like when I was a kid, I broke the law, right? When I was 16, and I went into some houses that I wasn't supposed to go into. But what I was told was that burglary is a crime that you end up getting a sentence for, and if you get caught by the police. I was never told you don't do burglary or you're out. Or I would have never done it, even though I was trying to commit suicide. I was trying to commit suicide, and I ended up doing burglaries because I thought I was going to die, and I didn't care about what was going to happen and the consequences, right? Because I was going to die. But I was also told that alcohol can kill you if you drink enough by my health teacher, who taught me the wrong shit. Because alcohol does not always kill you if you drink enough. Your blood alcohol has to be high enough. Not your stomach content, because you can only have so much in a stomach of a fucking 16-year-old. 100-pound 16-year-old can't drink enough. I have a small stomach. So my blood alcohol didn't quite get that high. Do you see what I'm saying? But health teachers, they teach you wrong. So now I have a bunch of burglaries on my record. Basically, mostly because my health teacher taught me wrong. Because otherwise I wouldn't have done those if I wasn't drunk. which I was using to kill myself. I was using it to kill myself, but since getting drunk allows you to do stupid shit, which they also didn't teach you. So you see how I always blame society, but then I'm showing you right now. This is how they directly fucked me up. They taught me wrong. They educated me wrong. And it caused me to now have burglaries on my record. I would never have had that happen. If someone had explained to me, you don't go in other people's houses or you're out of our society, if that society was good, I would have been like, hell no, I'm not doing that. But since it sucked, that actually wouldn't have worked. Because this place sucks. I didn't know why it sucked, but I knew it sucked. But if they did that to me where they say, you're out, I would be like, show me, show me where I can burglarize something right now because I want to leave this bitch. But when you have a great society, people will want to stay so bad, and they will also be deterred by the negative. They'll be deterred by the negative and motivated by the positive. See, what you have in today's society is just all deterrence of negative. You're deterring everybody from everything negatively. You have ads that tell people what they need, what they're afraid of, this, that, and the other thing. You have ads just scaring and fucking cornering people. And then you have everything else just, oh, I have to pay rent and water. All these things that people are worried about and they're afraid. They're living in fear right now. They have no motivation of positivity. Do you see what I'm saying? You need both. The fear thing is great. I'm glad you've mastered that. But you got to use it right. Okay? This is the wrong way to use it. And it's not going to benefit you. So, back to crime. What you're setting up psychologically with people with a crime and punishment system is that it's okay to do crime as long as you can take the punishment. And what it's also setting up is that society is okay with torturing people, because putting people in cells is the way they do it. It's definitely for me it's worse because I have a problem, but for other people it's still torture. But for some people it's probably actually good because you don't get a house out here. You don't get a house in this society. So if you do a crime, you get a free house. It's not a nice one, but you get one. You get meals and you get house. And you get food, water, shelter if you do a crime. That's the other thing. You don't want to tell people that you have to work to have a house and food and then say, hey, if you do a crime though, we're going to put you in a house and feed you for free and give you sewage, water, hygiene, toiletries. We're going to give you toothpaste and everything. We're going to set you up nice if you do a crime. What are you doing? You're telling people right there. You're saying, we have the resources to meet your needs, but we're not going to do it because we don't want to. That's what you're telling people by having prisons like that. You're telling them, because you know what prisons are, right? They're really sturdy houses. If people looked at prisons and they were like, wait a minute, why is my house shitty? But see, that's because the inside of prisons are hard and they're made of concrete, metal. They don't have soft beds and couches. If you put couches in a fucking prison, everybody would want to live there. It's because they're the sturdiest, best built houses in the world. Why are you making the best houses with a bunch of tiny rooms in them that can barely move in? A bunch of tiny bathrooms. You have a whole building full of bathrooms, basically. But building houses out of concrete like that, that's sturdy. That's good. That resist tornado. That's beast right there. No maintenance, nothing. That's kick ass. So why are the kick ass houses going to all the prisoners that do crime? Do you realize that when people start asking these questions, they're gonna fucking flip out? But the point is, you're telling people also by that system, you're leaving a hole in your whole lie. Your whole lie that crime is not our fault. Because crime is 100% the way society is set up's fault. Crime is 100% their fault. 100%. if I'm you, if I'm me and talking to you as the government, it's 150,000% your fault. But if you want to go with the lie that it's not your fault, you have a hole in that plan because those prisons are nice ass fucking structures. But people don't know about buildings. That's the thing. They don't know about the engineering of buildings, and you don't need to. It's fucking concrete. Yours is made of fucking flimsy plastic, and it's got glass holes in it. And it's got a roof made of sand. So there's a hole in your plan, where people look at that and they think about it, and then also the hole is that you're feeding people and giving them water in there. So, and then you have the other thing where I'm not sure if this is true, but you might be making money off of prisoners somehow. I don't doubt that that's a thing. But if people find that out, that you're feeding and giving people water and shelter and good shelters, they may not be comfortable, but you're giving people good ass shelters 3 meals a day and water, not just for free, but to all the bad people. All the bad guys are getting that. Why don't the good guys get that? You see what I'm saying? You're setting up that dynamic for that to collapse now. So if you just want my help for like patchwork to patch that stuff up, go for it. But I'm telling you, you continue the manipulation thing and the fucking lying, it's not gonna work out. Everybody's gonna die. I mean, not just people are dying, but everybody's gonna die, for a lot of reasons. But I promise you, unless you fucking do the whole thing. Anyway, so back to crime. Sorry, not to get off task. You're setting up this psychological thing where crime is now okay. You want crime to not be a word in your language. That's what you want. But ideals are not always things we get. So we have the word crime. Crime is not what you even want to be talking about. Crime is something totally fucking different, from what you mean. You mean to say breaking rules, but it sounds like something that would be made for toddlers. Like, right? Don't break the rules or you go to your room. Well, say it like this. You follow the rules or you're out. Do you realize, people, however many people are listening? I always assume there's at least 2, because normally it's like 2 people. I think you have shifts of like 8, 8, 8, so there's like 6 people probably, something like that. And then you probably tell a couple higher ups whatever the fuck, or they tell you whatever the next thing is, that the next retard thing that we do is, or whatever. So there's probably like 10 or less total people, somewhere around we'll say like a dozen. So you dozen peoples. No, I totally forgot what I was saying now. Got off on a tangent. No, I literally just forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? There's something really important. I was just about to say something super important, and then I got talking about the number. See, this is what drugs do. If I could just be like this normally without the like sort of highness, that would be like a dream come true. I don't feel high at all right now. I just feel like a little bit distractible. But what was I talking about? Don't do drugs, kids. That's what I was talking about. No, seriously, it was something really important, and I don't want to stop this and then go listen. You have to. Shit. It's something about crime. I just can't remember. I could start over and go back through it, and then I'll eventually hit it again. But I don't remember where we were at. Somebody's got to tell me. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Tell me, please. Somebody. Dude, I can't think of it. What the fuck was it? This is why you don't do drugs. I remember the holes in your lies. Oh, was it about rules? I don't remember.